Thank you. Whoa, all right, look at this crowd. You are going to make your voices heard on Capitol Hill. I'm glad Bob mentioned all the wonderful arts efforts in New Haven and the Schubert Theater. No, I didn't appear at any of those performances, but with the Phyllis Grandy School of Dance, I danced on the stage of the Schubert Theater many years ago. So, and I am here to welcome you, but there's no better welcomer than my colleague Louise Slaughter. She has been such a champion of the arts since she arrived in the Congress and the funding for the NEA, and we wish her well. She is on the mend and doing well, but you have no greater champion than Louise Slaughter. So I'm delighted that she invited me to attend. You know, she's a blues singer. I guess some of us are frustrated in what we do in this institution, but my dad was a musician, a clarinetist, played first clarinet in the U.S. Army Band. My uncle was a sculptor who went to Yale Art School. I don't know where I came from. I did want to be a dancer. My father said to me, get a more stable profession. So I run for office every 2 years. So that's about as stable as I can get. I want to say a thank you to my colleagues who have been here, to all the artists who are here and the talented folks, but to the advocates who are with us today. It is so important that you are, and I will tell you as a member of Congress that do not ever underestimate the difference that an advocacy day like today can make for all of you. Having smart and passionate and knowledgeable men and women show up at your office, gently but astutely explain the benefits of NEA funding. It makes a difference. Do not take no for an answer today. Do not take no. I'll explain that in a second. Arts funding brings the beauty and the creative genius of our culture to all of Americans, young and old, rich and poor, urban and rural. That is a goal that is worthy of our support. What the arts are about is about our humanity. It's who we are as a people, as a culture, as a nation. Years ago, I chaired the Greater New Haven Arts Council in New Haven and in Connecticut. I know firsthand how the arts enrich lives, how they contribute to the economic growth of the community. And if you can't get them on humanity, get them on the economics of the arts today. Every year, nonprofit arts generate $166 billion in economic activity, provide 5.7 million in full-time jobs all over America, not to mention the travel and the tourism boost to local communities. Our small federal contribution to the NEA, $167.5 million last year, is only a tiny percentage of the overall public-private investment that flows into the nonprofit arts every single year. These are some of the most important dollars, the ones that help to leverage billions of dollars in state, local, private funding. They help to fuel what is a vital nonprofit arts industry. Last year, the NEA dispensed 2,100 grants that reached artists and communities in all 435 congressional districts. The NEA also helps to bring innovative arts education to students, critical to enriching their lives, cultivating the talent that we have amongst our young minds. And my friends, you and I both agree the arts should be for all, not just for the few privileged in our nation. Countless studies have shown that the arts have value in fostering civility in our society, providing our children and our communities with alternatives to help close that achievement gap, to lift that grade point average, and to lower our dropout rates. I am proud to support the NEA. I will work hard to see that it is fully funded this year at the President's request of $154 million. What's your job today? What's your job? You need to persuade Some of our colleagues, and I see my colleague John Yarmouth from Kentucky, you need, and he will tell you, you have to persuade some of our colleagues who don't believe that the federal government should play a role in the funding of the arts. The recent 2013 budget proposal would eliminate NEA funding entirely. I took the language from the budget, which I think is worth listening to for 1 second. And it's entitled, Encourage Private Funding for Cultural Agencies. Federal subsidies for the National Endowment for the Arts, National Endowment for the Humanities, and the Corporation for Public Broadcasting can no longer be justified. The activities and content funded by these agencies go beyond the core mission of the federal government, and they are generally enjoyed by people of higher income levels, making them a wealth transfer from poorer to wealthier citizens. These agencies can raise funds from private sector patrons, which will also free them from any risk of political interference. My friends, that's what you are facing today. That is what you are facing today. We know that if they want to do what they want to do, it has a devastating effect on the arts in America, and what we would lose would be irreplaceable. I'm glad that you're here to fight for the NEA. I told you, because when you're here, it's different than when I get up, or John Yarmouth, or Jim Moran. You are voters in their districts, and they need to know that, yes, you advocate the arts, and yes, you vote. And they need to know that very plainly and clearly. And when I said to you, don't take no for an answer, and when they tell you that this nation is broke, and we can't do this, we all understand deficits. We all understand the need to cut. We're prepared to do that. But where do you start? Where do you start? Do not let them start with the arts. Talk to them about starting with the subsidies that we provide to the oil and gas industry every year. Talk to them about, I'm going to finish, Bob. Talk to them about the money that we provide to multinational corporations to take our jobs overseas. Talk to them about the tax cuts that are going to the richest people in this nation. Talk to them about what is going to big agriculture in subsidies. Talk about withdrawing from Iraq and Afghanistan and using that money to spend here at home. Fight back this morning, my friends. Fight back, support the arts, and we'll make it. Thank you.